Hi, this is sort of funny. I don't usually do this, but I was just really jazzed by a few thoughts that I had, and I wanted to share them in the hopes that it might affect someone else in a positive way. Um, it's sort of some thoughts about the pursuit of knowledge and passion in your life. I know I'm friends with a lot of educators and students on here, so it might be a little more immediately relatable to you. But even if you're not a student or you never intend to be a student in an like higher education um, environment, I think that the pursuit of knowledge is universal and doesn't stop. So if you want to listen to this, awesome. If you don't, totally fine. But I was just doing a reflection for a class, and I sort of went on this tangent about that topic, and my writing made me really inspired, and so I hope it could affect someone else positively. I wrote, this is the last paragraph. Altogether, I am very fulfilled in this exploration of Stanislavski's teachings, and it reminds me of my passion for this work. As I said before, my time in this class never felt like another academic obligation, and I mean this honestly, and not just for some extra brownie points in the exit interview, though I am not above that kind of behavior. Seriously, though, I'd like to lecture on the topic for a moment. As a college senior with 2 majors and a minor, I have taken many classes at this university and I love learning. However, most of the time I find myself to be disillusioned during my time in class. Due to the structure of higher education, I feel like most classes are forced into a system that champions mindless assignments, quizzes, and tests that are created as tasks to be fulfilled so that you can get the grade and check the box and move on to the next mindless task that must be fulfilled. And really, I don't blame the teachers that assign the work because they themselves have been given their own boxes to check and quotas to fill. It's as if the structure of university has forgotten itself and what it should be about, not filling lines on a resume or reaching a certain percentage, but pursuing knowledge and experiences that one can carry forward into life. And this class is one of those rare classes that I feel I can carry with me. It reminds me that I do love learning and pursuing knowledge. It reminds me why I love theater. Sometimes I'm in a theater class and I have these dreaded thoughts that have been encoded into me by society or the structure of higher education, like maybe they're all right and theater isn't that important, and maybe I should care more about checking the boxes, or I should have stayed in biology because everyone thinks that science is way more important than this, and even though I would absolutely hate working in a lab, I still find biology interesting and it has higher salaries, and on and on and on. But then there is a class like this, and it all becomes so clear. For me, the pursuit of knowledge and growth will always outweigh this warped idea of what success is. I am not here to learn how to make 6 figures or how to achieve some title or award that is so amazing that all my peers will applaud me. Thinking about learning in this way is the exact same thing as getting on stage and trying to make the scene perfect. It's pointless and counterfeit. I am here to learn how to foster my interests and passions and exploration. I'm here because I love theater and I think it's important, and why should I give a single fuck if anyone else doesn't? This experience is for my own growth, and if you ask me, I'm sure as hell thinking that walking into a space every day and practicing vulnerability and compassion is important. I think it's wildly important to collaborate with people. I think it's important to share stories and practice empathy and learn how to view characters in your life in a deeper way than your first impression. I think it's important to reflect upon the ways you listen and react to people and to remind yourself to keep listening actively over and over again. I think it's important to feel things and learn how to cultivate a space around you where other people feel comfortable to feel and express how they think too. Those things are the kind of things that I think are important, and words don't readily express how invaluable these things are to me. I think that's why I feel so fervently about a class like this, because it reminds me of all those things. It grabs my shirt and pulls me in and smacks me in the face like, what the hell are you doing? Worrying about filling some quota. How the hell can you ignore the burning conflagration that's right in your face? There's real work to be done. Not for your resume or your parents or society or anyone else. Get a grip. There is work to be done to prepare you to walk through the world with a new perspective, an ever-changing perspective that lives and breathes like its own organism. Is there anything more paramount and exhilarating than that? It shakes me up and places a mirror right in front of my face and asks me what I see. I'm endlessly grateful for a class like this. Anyways, I'm sorry I went on like that, but I think when you feel passion bubble up inside you over something, it's best to share it generously. That, and I love the sound of my own voice. Genuinely, thank you again for the opportunities to grow. I appreciate it. So yeah, very education-centric, but I think it's, you know, in any structure you're in your life, we're in these routines to achieve whatever, to achieve success, you know, things like this. And it's easy to just get stuck in them. And obviously there's variables that are unavoidable. You need to make money. You need to get a job. I know I was sort of harping on the fact that resumes aren't important. Like, I know that these things are important in terms of surviving. But as much as we can as individuals who are living through this world, I think it's important to question whether we are pursuing a success that is personal to us and our, you know, ideas, or successful in a outer lens, you know, what is traditionally successful. Because, you know, I talk a lot about these ideas, and of course I'm in theater, so it's very flowery, and my perception of success. And people, you know, are very quick to say, when you're very passionate about anything, theater or something else, you know, your ideas are idealistic or romantic, and that's not how the real world works. And again, I acknowledge that there are some things that need to be present in the real world, like shelter and food and income, etc. But beyond that, to pursue something because you love it and are passionate about it and are fascinated by it, whether it's science or math or theater or language, is, I think, extremely valiant, and the point of what, you know, this is all about. And if that is idealistic or foolish, then let me die a fool, you know? And I've been really blessed to have a lot of really great teachers that have imbued that power within me that says, if you are passionate about this, it is important, you know, just regardless of what anybody else says. The things that you find important are important because you're the only one that will ever live your life. You're the only one that will ever know who you are and how you experience things. So why are we tirelessly running towards an unachievable goal, which is to seem successful to everybody else, you know? So that's sort of that. I was jazzed by that, and you know, take it as you will. And thank you to my countless lovely teachers who have, you know, watered my passion like a little baby plant and allowed it to grow to this extremely obnoxious, you know, pontificating adult woman. Thank you.